Hey, Barrick, you realize you're almost 9 months old now? Don't you think it's about time we got rid of these dog feeders? You know what? I made you a nice dog table here. What do you think about that, Barrick? Do you want to see how it was made? Well, just follow my video.
I constructed this dog table from Brazilian cherry for the top frame, American cherry for the base, and flooring scraps for the top insert. I chose to not secure the top insert to the frame because I want to have the ability to take apart and clean. Dogs do have a tendency to slobber when they snarf down their food. Here I'm using a Grizzly 10-inch 3 horsepower 220 volt cabinet table saw, model number G0941. Grizzly or any tool companies included in this video have not sponsored me. Additionally, please use shop safety to the utmost. My demonstrations do not include safety features such as a blade guard on the table saw to best illustrate techniques. Here I'm using a GUS'S Might R XL2 gauge to cross-cut exact lengths of 2x2 cherry legs. I'm adding a little pizzazz to the table with my Glowforge Pro to engrave pictures resembling Barrick and Brora. You can find SVG files on Etsy.com and links will be included on my channel's site. To carve the names and quote on the frame, I first used Vectric Aspire CAD/CAM software. The CNC you see is from Axiom, a Pro V5 AR6 with a bed of 24 by 36 inches. The V-bit is from Amana Tools, a V-groove 60 degrees with 1/2 shank. Codename is RC1108. Links to these are found on my channel under this video. I really like all the features of the Axiom Pro V5. Especially the superb liquid cooling system on the 3 horsepower spindle. This CNC really allows you to tackle some tough jobs, particularly 3D carvings that require long durations to complete. Finally, when using the dust collection system with the CNC, very little cleanup is required. Prior to carving the words with the CNC, I prepped the material by applying 1 coat of General Finishes water-based sanding sealer. This prevents paint spillover when applying spray paint following CNC completion. After the sanding sealer dried, I applied Ornamask 813 stencil vinyl. This wonder covering really works well to allow spray paint to only penetrate the carvings. As you can see, I also applied blue painter's tape on the edges to provide protection from the spray paint. I typically use just 2 coats of spray paint on these sign projects, and it turns out absolutely perfect. Finally, it's always a good idea to have a razor or pick to peel off the very small pieces that are stuck to the material. If you are wondering where Barrick got his name, it's from this wonderful golf course in Scotland. There are a myriad ways of joinery to select from this project. The most popular I considered were mortise and tenon, biscuit joinery, pocket joinery, and dowels. Several years ago, I was introduced to the Dowmax Classic Doweling Jig, and it rapidly became my joinery of choice. The Dowmax is a magnificent precision piece of equipment. It allows very accurate and extremely strong joints in almost any configuration imaginable. The Dowmax Junior is a slightly smaller, yet more flexible jig that recently came out, and the one I'm using here. The inventor has a series of instruction videos out there on YouTube, and you'll quickly master the process he demonstrates. So in this project, I am using the Dowmax Jr. to join the frame together, as well as the legs. Setting it up on my portable smart workstation ProVise and using a simple drill, you can see it is very easy to use and is fairly easy to clean up. After drilling all the holes, it's a good idea to dry fit to ensure everything fits together. When gluing up projects, the Rockler silicone project mat is a must-have. These mats are one of those things that you don't think you'll use until you have one. Once you do, you'll wonder how you lived without it. The glue peels right off after it dries, and these mats also provide protection on your workbench and tabletops and tool surfaces. When gluing up dowels, first apply glue in the holes, then use a brush to spread the glue along the surfaces where the pieces fit together. The dowels will become saturated with glue, then expand and dry, adding a great deal of strength to the joint. We now get to the stage which most woodworkers dread, sanding. But now that I have the Grizzly H2935 downdraft table, it's actually somewhat therapeutic. The motor sucks all the dust down and through a filter, and along with the mask, I don't worry about ingesting dust in my lungs any longer. Wish I would have had this 40 years ago. In this clip, I'm now screwing on sections of old flooring scraps on the back of the frame to support the top insert and bowls. After screwing on the flooring sections, I took the pieces to my scroll saw to ensure the bowls fit into the insert. After ensuring a good fit, it was time to glue up the frame. I finished the legs with 1 coat of General Finishes sanding sealer, followed by 3 coats of General Finishes Enduro water-based clear poly. The final step to the project was to construct the insert and dog bowls. I used some creativity here, which woodworkers are known for, by using some waterproof vinyl flooring scraps left over from doing my bathroom floor. The flooring just happened to be a cherry finish, so the matching to real wood was almost believable. But I hear dogs are colorblind, so who cares? So since the vinyl flooring is less than rigid, downright flimsy, I decided to affix the flooring to 1/4 inch MDF by using double-sided tape. I lined up the vinyl flooring to the MDF by butting it up against another board that was flush against the MDF. Now it was time to rip the insert to width and cross-cut to length. So one last trip to the CNC to cut out the 2 circles to house the dog bowls. It was time for the test flight. Barrick seemed to like his new dog table, but he was more infatuated with milk-soaked Purina Pro Plan, high-protein, chicken and rice flavored dog food. So when Barrick had finished, he looked up at me and he said, "Where's Brora?"